Happy Monday morning, class. Welcome to week 12. And you are in your final 3 weeks of class, technically 2 weeks with the final. And for many of you, this is your final semester of your undergraduate education. So congratulations to all of you for getting this far. And I know that you can finish this semester strong, and we'll do it together. Okay, so there's a lot of information for us to cover because I'm going to give you a sneak peek into some helpful hints for your final. So this week, the title is What If They Won't Play Fair? And this is something that we see in conflict quite often. So how do we play fair in negotiation? Remembering that life isn't always fair. And as you have studied the Getting to Yes textbook, it has some really important tips. I think it's an excellent book on how to handle negotiation. But it's important for us to always remember that we should be playing fair. But a lot of times we can be the most prepared, or we could have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be fair. We should always try to be fair when we're having a negotiation. Okay, so this week, you are going to be focusing on your final case. That is going to be the focus of the entire week. So you are going to be reading the Forms for Less case. It's in the overview. You'll just read through that PDF. And then by Wednesday, you are going to submit the case, your case assignment. Then, depending on how you feel about that case, you're going to participate in either the yes discussion board or the no discussion board. And as you read through the PDF, it will make more sense. So you do not have to participate in both. It's just one or the other. So it's very important that you make sure you have that assignment in by Wednesday and then start your discussion on your discussion boards. Then on Saturday, it will be your final case conclusion that will be due, and then your responses to the discussion board. So just keep that in mind on how this is supposed to move forward this week. It's a little bit different than prior weeks. Now, as you're doing this final case assignment, please be comprehensive. This is for you to demonstrate all of the concepts you've learned about conflict management throughout the semester. So take your time, and you need to be able to justify each of your answers. So I don't want simple 1 or 2 sentences. You need to be comprehensive in your justification for why you would handle the Forms for Less case the way that you do. So please make sure that you're taking the time as you're moving forward. And if you hear thunder, I'm very sorry because there's a major storm going on outside. So one helpful hint is fractionation. So this is how to simplify a problem into breaking it down into smaller problems. So the definition refers to the technique of breaking down large conflicts into smaller, more manageable pieces. And I want you to be thinking about that as you're going forward with this final case. How could you use fractionation to break it down into smaller pieces? And this would be a helpful hint for you for your assignment. And I think that this is also applies to the gospel. And I always think of Elder Uchtdorf, and it's kind of a theme of his into how we can keep things simple. And this quote is one that I love. Living the gospel doesn't need to be complicated. Step back. Look at your life from a higher plane. Simplify your approach to discipleship. And I want you to think about handling conflict doesn't need to be complicated. Step back. Look at the problem from a higher plane. Simplify your approach to conflict. So just be thinking about that. And I love how really in the gospel it teaches us how to handle things in so many different areas of our life, including conflict.